Just breathe in whatever way feels good. As deeply as you feel like you need to, just to allow things to slow. Just noticing your right hand. And again, how the weight of that hand just feels next to your body or on your leg. What those fingers feel like, how they're curved. What do those fingernails feel like? Are they different to the left? And just imagine you can roll your awareness up to that right elbow. How do the bones connect? What does that muscle feel like? What does the joint feel like in that right elbow? Just noticing whatever you notice about that elbow. And knowing there is no right or wrong, there just is. And rolling your awareness up to that right shoulder. How does that feel different? Do you notice any tension in that right shoulder? You're just moving your awareness around your body. And I wonder if you can just roll your awareness across to that left shoulder and notice how it might feel different to the right. Any tension that may be there. As you drop down into that left elbow, noticing whatever that left elbow might feel like. How does the arm crease? How does it sit beside your body? Giving yourself permission to just adjust as you need to. Get comfortable here as you can, as you will allow yourself. And just rolling your awareness down into that left hand. And perhaps you might like to notice if anything feels different now. Maybe it feels lighter or heavier, somewhere in between. Maybe the fingers feel looser. Just whatever you notice that's right for you right now. And just move your awareness across to that right hand. And I wonder, as you move your awareness around, you can give yourself permission for that hand to soften even more. Just bringing your attention up into that right elbow. And to the right shoulder. Perhaps becoming curious what those areas will feel like as they soften, as they become more still. As you experiment with your awareness, as it just rolls across to that left shoulder, deeper down into that left elbow, and further down into that left hand. Giving yourself permission with each cycle that your body can just become more comfortable. Moving your awareness to that right hand. to that right elbow, to that right shoulder, across to that left shoulder, down to that left elbow, down to that left hand, becoming softer as you roll your awareness across to that right hand, to the right elbow, to the right shoulder, across to that left shoulder, down to that left elbow, down to that left hand. Just giving yourself permission to be even more comfortable each time your awareness rolls across to your right hand, into that right elbow, into that right shoulder, across to the left shoulder, down into that left elbow, down into that left hand, to the right hand, to the right elbow, to the right shoulder, to the left shoulder, down to the left elbow, down to the left hand, and the right hand, and the right elbow, and the right shoulder, to the left shoulder, down to the left elbow, down to the left hand, to the right hand, the right elbow, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, down to the left elbow, to the left hand, to the right hand, the right elbow, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, the left elbow, the left hand, the right hand, the right elbow, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, down to the left elbow, to the left hand, and just keep that rhythm going, keep that cycle going. Allow yourself to drift and float and dream as you experiment with this stillness, with this moment at this time. And I'd like for you to give yourself permission right now to just notice how much more relaxed, how much more comfortable this body is now. Just breathe in a way that feels good. Breathe in a way that feels comfortable so you can settle back. And you might want to keep track of things as I speak to you today, and you might not. It's up to you to let go when you want, to just settle back, settle down. Just listen to the sound of my voice, the sound of the words that I use, and maybe think about the shape of those words. And you might become aware of other sounds around you, sounds from the building, sounds from the street, sounds coming from inside of you. You might notice the sounds of my words as they rise and fall, as they speed up or slow down. Just allow yourself to become interested. Allow yourself to be still. Because the only sounds you need to listen to as you hear the other sounds is the sound of my voice. And any other sounds just allow to serve you to go even deeper down now, to settle even more. And just know that if at any point you do not hear my voice for longer than 1 minute, you will emerge from this hypnotic experience and you will be able to reconnect with me just as you did in the first instance. But for now, just allow yourself to drift and dream and float, to just go where you need to go. Find yourself drifting deeper, listening to these sounds, and find yourself becoming more aware of your body, whether you're sitting or lying, however your body is supported right now. Maybe you can feel the weight of your legs on the back of the chair, or how your arms are lying, just noticing you. And maybe you might notice that your body just becomes even more loose, limp, lazy, relaxed. And that's fine too. Let them become numb if it feels good. Notice how your breath can just allow you to still, can just allow you to just be. Because that's what this is. This is your time for you to just be whatever you need or want, deserve to be. This is your space, your time. So I'd like for you to use this time to just think about your intention today for this time of bringing in more peace, more calm, more stillness, whatever that is. And give yourself a moment as you think of that intention. Connect with that intention, with that word. Notice where you feel that. Where are you connected with that intention inside of yourself? There's nothing for you to do here other than just think about your purpose for this experience. Just allowing steady breaths to just settle so you can ignore everything else. And maybe you can allow everything else to just be like a dream, so that this experience can just take over your reality. Giving yourself an enjoying feeling of release, of calm. Just letting everything settle comfortably. And you might like to just think of yourself and what it will be like when you have achieved your intention for today. Just imagine what it will feel like when you emerge from hypnosis and you feel that calm, that peace, that thing that you've decided for yourself today. Know that this was a good experience for you, an experience you deserve to have. Imagine how much better you will feel for giving yourself this opportunity. So what I'd like for you to do is just allow yourself now to take your mind on a journey through the levels of your awareness. Be an observer of how your mind goes into hypnosis, into that deep state of trance. And you maybe, how you do that, you might like to find a door in front of you, something that you can have a sense of that you could open, something that you could step through. And maybe you can imagine what that would look like. And it's okay if there's not an image or a photograph there, but a sense of that there, that being there. And I'm going to count to 3 in a moment. And when we get to 3, you're going to allow yourself to go through that door. You allow yourself to be even more relaxed. Like you can just float and drift through. So 1, 2, 3, float, drift through that door. Be more comfortable, go deeper, let your mind be more free to explore. Be curious. Any colours you might see, any sparkle or twinkle, anything that you notice. Maybe it's completely dark. Just float further and further and know that my voice will go with you. And as you drift and float and dream, you'll notice there's another door, another one that you can go through. And this door will allow you to go even deeper still into your mind, into that place where your creativity rests, where ideas can spring from, where you have a wonderful nature that may be spontaneous. Allow it to be a place where you just feel good for no reason at all. So when I count to 3 again, you allow yourself to go through that door. So 1, 2, 3. Open the door and go through, drift through. Be comfortable, be yourself. Just float, drift, explore. Go down deeper. Notice what you notice about this space. It's your place. But as you notice, whatever it is you notice here, there is one final door. This one final door that will allow you to go even deeper, that will take you to a special place inside of your mind. A place where you already know how to make changes. Changes in the way that you feel or think or behave. It's a place where you already have skills and abilities, even that you are not consciously aware of. This is a place where you will allow yourself to experience it fully. So when you go through this door and you'll go to a place where your values rest, a place where your beliefs are formed, a place where you create your perceptions. So allow yourself to be curious as you approach this door now. And when I count to 3, you will go through that door once more. And you'll go even deeper, even deeper. So 1, 2, 3. Go through the door to the place where your perceptions are formed. Go to where your values are, to the even deeper place down inside of you, and just breathe. Just send a wave of relaxation through you, through your mind, through your body, as you give yourself permission to just let go. This is your space. This is your time, and you are safe here. Demands are not placed upon you. Nobody wants anything. Nobody needs anything from you here. This is just for you. So just have a moment. Just have a moment to just be. And what I'd like for you to do is to know that you are safe. Recognize that you are safe. This is your special place. And we all have that part of ourselves that questions and is curious. And it's a good thing. But we always have a part of ourselves. It says things that are not quite so nice, not quite so helpful. And that person, that place, that voice, that inner critic may only come about when you're particularly stressed or you're in an uncomfortable situation. Maybe you've dealt with a conflict. Maybe that critic, that inner voice that's unhelpful, maybe it's just there more often than it needs to be. So I'd like for you to use this opportunity now and pay attention. Pay attention to the tension that comes from that inner critic and that thought that comes into your mind. That thing that's on repeat that leaves you feeling anything other than good. And that might be a feeling of not being good enough. It might be a thought telling you no one wants to hear what you have to say. It could be a belief that came from somewhere else, from another place, another time. Whatever that thought is, whatever that inner critic says to you that you hear on repeat, know you are safe and you are secure in this space right now to pay attention to that thought. Pay attention to the tension inside of your body now. Connect with that thing. Give yourself permission for this body to remain comfortable while that thought is there, while that stuff is present. And maybe you might notice where you feel it more inside of your body. And that's okay. Maybe you might notice what stays the same or what changes as you pay attention to it. But what I'd like for you to do is, with that thought present, that unhelpful thing, is imagine you can see it written down like it was on a chalkboard. See it written down in front of you. And perhaps you might notice that it begins to change as you see it in words rather than just that inner voice, that voice you hear all the time. Notice if what you're seeing is your own words, your own self-criticism or judgment, or are these words of someone else, of another person? Notice how those words written down are different for you, how the effect changes on your body. And I don't know whether those written words will be worse or whether they are better. than hearing them in your own voice. But any sensation, any tension, any reaction that you notice, just be mindful of that right now. Focus on the feeling, because it's okay for us to sit with this for a moment. Because as we acknowledge those feelings, as we sit with this for a moment, we can pay attention. And when we pay attention is when we can make changes. So just acknowledge whatever you need to hear or see. And maybe you might even like to name that voice. Maybe you might not, and that's just as fine. And just say to yourself, so this is just a moment of sadness or suffering. Maybe it's anger. Whatever the emotion is that you feel, say to yourself, this is it. This is just a moment of. And this is tough to be with that emotion for a moment, but you can do it just for a moment. Because our emotions are valid, and if we can accept that they're there, that's the first part, it's the first step. And I want for you to know, it's important for you to remember that other people feel this way too. You are not alone. And what I'd like for you to do is approach that chalkboard and rub out those words one by one, letter by letter. Just erase them. See yourself doing it right now. And just erase them, rub them away until it is clear. It's just empty, it's a void. And notice what that feels like. When that word, those letters are not there. What does it feel like inside of yourself? What feels different? Pay attention to you. And I want for you to just connect with that void, that empty space. And you might like to place a hand or both of your hands over your heart as you connect with that space. As you pay attention to what that feels like, the nothingness, the emptiness. What feels right to go in its space? What words should be written there instead, in place? What needs to be there? Because that's for you to decide right now. That's for you to choose. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment and let you have this time to choose, to connect, to decide what needs to be written there for you. remember you're safe. And breathe in deeply. Write out those words, letter by letter. And each letter that you write it in something permanent, you know? What's going to stick? What colour should it be? What sound does it make as you write? When you've written everything that needs to be written, what you needed to be there in place of that thing, it isn't there anymore. Pay attention to what feels different for you now, to see it in writing. Give yourself permission to step back and see it all. See it all in writing in front of you, written in permanent marker, etched in stone, whatever feels right. Connect to what feels nice about that. If nice is not the right word for you, you know what is. What feels good? What feels improved about that? And maybe you might find that some of those words are not quite right for you, and that's okay. You experiment. If you need to put something else there, you can change it. This is time for you to choose what should be there. Only you can decide that. Decide what's acceptable, what fits your values, your principles, what gives you room to grow, what allows you to recognize your qualities. I want for you to breathe in and allow that new feeling to be there. Like, connect to it in a way that perhaps you haven't done before. Like, step inside of it, like it surrounds you. And know whatever you're feeling right now, it's right for you. This is you. You are the only one that matters right now. And I want for you to just say to yourself, and you can say it out loud, you can say in your own mind, may I learn to be okay with this feeling. May I learn to forgive myself. And I want for you to take another step back. Read what is written in front of you. Hear your inner self, your inner mind saying it to you. Say it loud and clear. Say it slow, word by word. Say it fast and with impatience. Whisper it to the deepest part of your being. Scream it loud, like you're shouting from the rooftops. Say it in your everyday voice. Say it with love. Say it like you're laughing. Say it like you're tired. Say it like you're annoyed. You hear it anyway. Say it like you haven't got any time and you have had the shittest day ever. You say it anyway. And say it again in your everyday voice. Feel it. Feel it. What does it feel like to hear that? What does it feel like to hear that? And I want for you to breathe everything out. Breathe everything out like it hurts, like there's nothing left. Breathe every last ounce of oxygen out. And when you breathe in, you say thank you to yourself. And allow yourself to just have a sense that something's different, something feels different. Notice what you notice, what is different for you. This has always been about you and what you allow yourself to be different, to feel different, so that you can connect to yourself in a completely new, more inspiring way. Inspire yourself. Be curious about what else you can add in if you choose. Because your abilities, your possibilities are limitless. You are incredible. down here at this level, you are becoming so responsive to your own mind, so receptive. And every time you do hypnosis, every time you allow yourself to connect with yourself in this way, you become more effective, more efficient. You have more influence over you. To allow this thought, this new message, to be firmly embedded exactly where it needs to be. Just as strongly, just as surely, just as powerfully. So that each and every day, when you are out of this hypnotic state, when you are at home, when you're at work, when you're anywhere else, this thought is always with you. You know this is your core, your connection to you. So that many more good things can continue to happen to you. As you become more self-assured, connected to yourself in a healthier way, a more powerful way. As you become more deeply self-aware, let yourself feel more alive, more empowered. And maybe every day your nerves can grow stronger and steadier, and your mind can become calmer and clearer. So you can be more composed, more tranquil, able to think more clearly, to concentrate more easily. And when you choose to do so, bring your undivided attention to whatever it is that you're doing. And you're allowing yourself to see things in their true perspective, in proportion. Your beliefs about yourself becoming healthier, more balanced, more reasonable. Every day growing more emotionally calm, more settled, more serene, more content. That every day you can become and will remain more relaxed, more at ease, and you feel more at home in your skin. And I'd like for you to just reaffirm your intention for today. Your goal for this hour. And I'd like for you to just spend a moment of your time and wish for everyone else going through this process with you that they have achieved their intention too, so that you are wishing it for everyone else and everyone else is wishing it for you. Collectively, everyone gets what they need. Everyone is supported. We've got your back. And allow that thought, that feeling, to let you feel more emotionally secure. allow you to feel more independent and brave, because you are supported, you are cared for, you are important, you are valid, you are worthy. Because you are. And maybe you might like to say to yourself every day, I now feel more peace. Maybe it might be more strength, more courage, more confidence. Every day I now feel more. And I want for you to hear your new message. Hear it in your voice, loud and clear, in all the ways that you usually talk to yourself. You hear your new message and let it feel good. And just know that all of those positive suggestions that you've already absorbed, that you've already internalized and accepted, they will remain with you. And will continue to grow stronger. Let yourself enjoy a few more moments of this wonderful experience. And as I begin to count upwards, you just begin to feel more alive, more aware, more alert, so that when I reach the number 5, you'll feel wonderfully peaceful, you'll feel relaxed, you'll feel really good about yourself. Ready for whatever the evening may hold for you and however you choose to spend it. Know that you can go to bed rested and wake up feeling energized, feeling connected with yourself. So just beginning now, counting from 1 to perhaps starting to think about the evening, things you might want to do. 3, maybe begin wiggling those fingers and toes, thinking about action and movement, rolling the shoulders as you just bring movement back into your body. 4, have a wonderfully cleansing breath. Feel those lungs, feel the chest, feel the body. And on 5, open your eyes. If you have a wonderful big stretch. And allow yourself to just reconnect with your space, with this room, with this moment, the present moment. Notice the lighting, your surroundings, wherever you are, whatever you can see, whatever you can hear in your space.